Out of the darkness comes an evil that will destroy us all.
Electronic Arts poursuit sa politique éditoriale basée sur le renouveau et la prise de risque en lançant en cette fin d'année plusieurs nouvelles licences. Après Mirror's Edge et Dead Space l'année dernière, la fin 2009 accueillera The Saboteur, Dragon Age Origins ainsi que Brütal Legend. 3 jeux 18+. Brütal Legend a été développé par Double Fine Production, un studio fondé en 2000 par Tim Schafer après son départ de LucasArts. On leur doit par exemple le très culte Psychonauts. Quant à Tim Schafer, à qui nous allons bientôt laisser la parole, il a participé à quelques-uns des plus grands jeux d'aventure point and click de tous les temps. Son palmarès comprend en effet Maniac Mansion, les Secrets of Monkey Island, Day of the Tentacle ou encore Grim Fandango, qui sera son dernier titre chez LucasArts. Avec Brütal Legend, il change de style une nouvelle fois pour proposer un jeu d'action atypique dans le monde préhisto-ésotérique du death metal.
Kickers unite! Oh yeah!
Brutal Legend.
So are you the keeper of the sacred beer tree? Dream job.
Brutal Legend has been something that's been brewing in my head for years because I've always loved heavy metal and I've always loved video games and I've always thought the two seem to kind of want to be together and they both sing about, they talk about folklore and epic battles of good and evil and they just seem like the right kind of thing to make a video game. You know, the crazy images you see on heavy metal album covers just look like they're meant to just be in a video game.
Évidemment, avec une thématique pareille, on peut se demander où Tim Schafer a été chercher ses inspirations. Aurait-il été roadie dans une vie antérieure?
I wasn't in a band. No, I was not in a band. I've never been in a band, and I can't play an instrument really. I own a drum set, but I haven't gotten around to learning how to play it. But I like to hit it. I was never a roadie. I always thought that would be I should probably work as a roadie to do the research that's needed for this game, but I haven't been able to do that. It started to take off 3 months to go traveling around hauling amplifiers. I read books about roadies and there's some movies about roadies and I met a roadie for Megadeth, this guy named Tony, who was a roadie, who was this crazy fellow who had all these stories about the world of rock and roll, but from the perspective of a worker, a guy who has to plug everything in and make it sound just right.
Un bon roadie, ça reste en dehors des projecteurs. Si tu vois pas le roadie, c'est qu'il fait bien son taf. De temps en temps, il doit monter sur scène pour régler un problème, pour bidouiller un truc. Et une seconde plus tard, il a disparu. Bref, un bon roadie. Ça s'écrase.
Still gets exposed to all the crazy decadence and glamour of the world of heavy metal or rock and roll, but has to also get the band from town to town safely, I just thought that character was really interesting, so wanted to use it in the game.
Mais l'un des arguments marketing forts de ce titre tient également à la présence au casting de l'acteur-chanteur Jack Black. Ce dernier a réalisé de nombreuses vidéos promotionnelles pour le jeu et a prêté sa voix ainsi que son peps légendaire au personnage principal de Brütal Legend, le roadie Eddie Riggs.
When we started making the game, I had no idea that we were going to work with anyone famous because I'd never done that before. But Jack Black and the characters that he played in School of Rock and the work he does with Tenacious D had this way of like encompassing both the awesome, hardcore, serious part of rock and also the over-the-top, ridiculous part of it. You know, just putting them together somehow in this way that makes sense. And that's what our game was all about. It's a serious, but also has funny parts to it too. And so he was someone who was inspiring us when we made the character. And when it came down to casting voice, we were like, we don't want to get a sound like to Jack Black. And then someone told us that Jack played a lot of video games and he had played Psychonauts, which is the last thing we made, and that he liked it, and that gave us the nerve to call him up and ask for a meeting. And then I got to go down to LA with my binder full of concept art and laid it all out and told him all about the heavy metal fantasy world and Eddie Riggs, and he said, I love it, I'll do it.
Évidemment, le scénario de Brütal Legend et le personnage d'Eddie Riggs ne sont pas sans rappeler Tenacious D and the Peak of Destiny. Ce film culte sorti en 2007 voyait Jack Black incarner un apprenti rocker, JB, qui découvrait que tous les grands guitaristes utilisaient le même Mediator. Un Mediator fabriqué à partir d'une des dents du diable.
Yeah, the Pick of Destiny and the other Tenacious D shows have a lot of references in Brutal Legend. Like there's a move called the Power Slide where Eddie can slide on his knees and do all this damage with his guitar, and that's right out of Tenacious D. And there are other moves here and there and some dialogue that I think fans of Tenacious D remember, recognize when they play the game.
Brütal Legend se déroule dans un monde mythique où le heavy metal est une religion et les démons ont transformé les humains en esclaves. Riggs y est transporté après qu'une goutte de sang ait été absorbée par sa boucle de ceinture maudite, qui était en fait une amulette d'Armageddon, destroyer du monde ancien. Visuellement intrigant, cet univers ne devrait pas laisser de marbre les fans de hard rock.
I mean, the world of Brutal Legend tried to make it look like you're just driving around and every corner you turn around there's another album cover. Like the vistas look like album covers, you know, they have giant chrome tusked monsters and volcanoes that spew chrome and just giant anvils, you know, just like you can see in a video for a rock band. But really wanted to make it an open world streaming environment so you can drive from one end to the other without seeing loading screens. It's all just streaming in front of you. And there's characters and the sun rises on sets and every night is different. Sometimes there's a meteor shower and sometimes so it's just feels like a living, breathing place.
Espérons maintenant que le jeu soit à la hauteur de l'originalité de son contexte et de ses personnages. Mais nous en saurons plus dans 15 jours avec la critique diffusée dans Classé 18+.